Hey everyone, welcome back to another reefing video. My name is Justin, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about quarantine, obviously fish quarantine. So this is my quarantine setup at the moment. I did release a video a few months ago with a very similar sort of setup, but it was a different tank and stuff. But I just kind of wanted to show off my new quarantine setup and sort of talk about the way that I quarantine my fish. It's something sort of new to me. I honestly didn't have like the space or the resources a few years ago to do it, but I do now. So I am taking the precaution of quarantining fish. So yeah, we'll get into it. I'll talk a bit about the fish I have in there and some of the tips and tricks that I use or that I'm sort of implementing at the moment. Basically, I have a blue tang in there that you would have seen a few seconds ago, and a high fin flasher wrasse or whiptail flasher wrasse. They've been in QT for about 2 weeks now at the time of recording this video, and you can see I am using pretty much marine pure biomedia and well established live rock with tons of macroalgae and macrofauna on it, and just a little hide. That is the main source of filtration on the tank. There's lots and lots of beneficial bacteria on those rocks, and another reason why I chose to have the macroalgae rocks is just mainly for tangs to feed on. I do see the tang picking on the rocks a lot, and it's a really great source of natural food for them. Filtration wise, all I'm running is a sponge filter and just a little wave maker, a CJ wave maker that's sort of pointed towards the surface, just to get that gas exchange going a bit better. In my previous quarantine tank, I was running an internal filter, but I've just found the sponge filter probably creates a bit more surface agitation and works a little bit better in that sense. Also, the sponge can hold probably a bit more beneficial bacteria. The tank is a 70 litre, 2 foot long, about 35 centimeters wide Petworks tank. Current schedule for pretty much keeping them in QT is kind of just eyeballing it. I'm not dosing copper or any meds, because it can be a bit hard on the fish if you don't know what you're doing and you're not like really on top of it. So it's more of a sort of holding tank, a thing where I can sort of check out the fish and make sure there's no external parasites or things like that, and I can feed them up really well, get them on prepared food, and then when they're ready after a few weeks, add them to my display. So you can see I've got some pretty cool shots of the whiptail. Full disclosure, I did have him and another fairy wrasse in the tank probably 1 day prior to putting the blue tang in there. Unfortunately, I did lose the fairy wrasse almost instantly. It had like a bend in its body. I'm not sure if it had it in the fish shop. I feel like it did, and I somehow sort of missed it. So I'm not sure if it sort of came in sick. But he died literally a few hours after I put him into quarantine. But yeah, so it's just these two at the moment, and you can see I'm just giving them some mysis shrimp. I feed these guys at least twice a day. I feed frozen every second day, and otherwise just pellets or fish flakes, which they thankfully absolutely love. The blue tang is a little he or she was a little skittish at the start, but it's coming out a lot more often now, and it's really getting used to sort of seeing everyone in the house and people walking by the tank. This is my second time trying a blue tang. If you watch some of my older videos, I did try and I did have one before, and I lost it shortly after adding it to my display, but I I think that was my fault. Won't go into it. You can watch the video if you want to know a bit more about what I think happened. But I am trying another one, more so excuse me, more so for it being a really great algae eater. I currently have a bristletooth tang in my main display, and it just, I don't know, I feel like it probably does eat algae, but it's way too skittish to be actually doing a good job at sort of cleaning the tank. And I've had it for quite a while, so, and I think that's just the nature of bristletooth tangs. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to adding the blue tang into the main display. So that's pretty much it. You might be wondering why you'd want to QT your fish. There's obviously a lot of reasons why you'd want to. I know probably like half of the people in the hobby used to be against it, but I think a lot of people are coming around sort of to the idea of quarantining fish, because I think before people thought you needed like extravagant sort of setups to QT, you need extra skimmers, extra reactors, this, that. You clearly really don't. You just need filter, good wave maker, and you need a good source of I just guess biological media. Or if you don't have, if you're not using live rock, if you're just using like PVC pipes and stuff, just really stay on top of your water changes. Make sure you're testing the ammonia and the nitrates. Yeah, why QT? You obviously don't want to add any pests or ick or velvet, any marine diseases and things like that into your main display. Obviously it can slip in even with quarantining. People have even done copper treatment and stuff, and it's still slipped through the cracks, but it's just more of a means of looking at the fish, making sure it's fine, getting it eating prepared food and stuff, and giving it a chance before it actually goes into your main display, because it can get chased and stuff by the fish, and then obviously it gets more stress. So that's why QT, if you can do it, I would recommend it. If you can't, just try and select the best possible fish from the fish shop. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you guys quarantine down in the comments below, and if you've got any tips or anything. Always love to hear feedback from you guys and what you're sort of doing with your tank, and how you look at getting new fish and stuff. But thanks again guys for watching, I really do appreciate it. Hope you're reefing.